Hello, welcome to What's the T in L&E. I'm Emily.
And I'm Leah.
We are management side employment attorneys with Woods Rogers. What are we talking about today, Leah?
We are talking about the difference between a temporary injury and a disability. And in fact, Emily, this time last year, I broke my arm and playing basketball, and the firm had to buy me this Dragon software that I could talk into. And I shouldn't say had, right? Because here's the issue. The question is, does an employer have to accommodate an employee's sort of off-duty, off-working time temporary injury, like a broken arm or a broken leg playing softball or a broken collarbone in a car accident?
Probably not. The reason for that is because the definition of disability under the ADA doesn't include short-term injuries. The ADA defines a disability as a person with a disability has a physical or mental impairment that substantially limits one or more major life activities, or they have a history or a record of such impairment, kind of like a cancer diagnosis. There's a little bit more to it, but generally speaking, that's the definition of a disability. So a broken arm that's going to heal in 8 weeks and they're going to go on to, go back to normal as it were, doesn't quite fit that.
Yeah, but most employers do try to accommodate them for a couple of reasons. One, good retention, right? You want to retain good employees, and if it's a temporary injury, then within 2 or 3 months, they should be back in full swing. The second part about this is you don't want to brush it off too quickly, because oftentimes that broken injury may have reveal some sort of underlying condition. So if somebody has osteoarthritis or weak bones in a way, and they're breaking their bones a lot, then perhaps the underlying condition, the osteoarthritis, is a disability that is resulting in broken bones, which then need to be accommodated. Or take the car accident example. You break your collarbone, and while that might be a temporary injury, it may result in some sort of chronic pain or condition, shoulder injury that an employer may have to accommodate. So make sure that you are considering these inquiries carefully.
And we'll note here, this is totally different from workplace-related injuries. Those are a whole different ball game. So for this one, we're just talking about the things people get up to during the summer. A lot of volleyball games, a lot of camping trips, a lot of basketball.
Oh yeah, I actually had when we were doing the management training, we were training a bunch of managers for a local law enforcement agency recently, and one of the managers came up to us afterwards and said that they have 4 or 5 officers on performing quote light duty from a sprained ankle at the beach and some sort of sports injury, and they were like, do we have to keep creating light duty positions? No, you don't. Let's have a conversation about that, because temporary injuries do not necessarily have to be accommodated, but you do have to be careful with whether it's workers' comp or if there is some sort of ADA or actual defined disability issue.
Take care this summer. Be safe out there, and we'll see you next time.